Hi, Karen Hadley here from stampingbees.co.nz, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So I hope everyone is well and enjoying plenty of time crafting. I'd like to share with you today a masculine card, a Father's Day card. In the Southern Hemisphere here where I live, in New Zealand, Australia, etc., Father's Day is on the 1st of September. So we will be making our fathers and fathers to our children, etc. cards. Now there's some fantastic masculine options available in the annual catalogue, but I'd like to share with you today a set that has carried over from last year's catalogue. It is a fabulous set that I really enjoy using. So I hope you also enjoy this card. It's quick and easy, but very effective, and just an alternative for you to consider when making those Father's Day cards. So enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave any comments. So this is the set that I was referring to, the Geared Up Garage set. Comes with stamps and some dies. These dies are amazing. I love the gear. I'm going to be using these today. The cogs, the set of cogs, fantastic for backgrounds and grunge, the grunge look, if you enjoy that sort of card making. So we're going to be using this today and a couple of these dies. And we're also going to be using the Come Sail Away With Me paper. I just love this paper for masculine cards. So we have, these are the two that we're using, but not only do you have nautical options in here, but you have amazing stripes and blues and greens and all sorts of options. So this set doesn't have to preclude anyone that really isn't into sailing boats or lighthouses and that sort of ocean type thing. So it does really have a lot to offer for all masculine cards. So as I say, I've used some of these papers from this Designer Series Papers series, and this Geared Up Garage stamp set, and this is the card that we're going to make today. As I say, pretty straightforward, but a nice masculine card. I just found that men don't like complicated cards. They like something simple, straightforward. So yes, very easy to make. So let's get started. I'll put all the measurements as we go along for you. So I'm using a black cardstock as the base. Okay, and then two of the papers. So these are the two papers that I'm going to be using. Now I have just roughed up the edges a little bit, just because it is, after all, a masculine card. Don't want it too neat and precise. So I thought I'd just rough them up a little bit. Not much, just to give it a bit of a rough edge. I'm not really doing a grungy sort of card, but just to give that little bit of texture. And the other thing I did was just folded down the left-hand top corner on both, just to give, well, a couple of things. It does, just give that point of interest, but it also, now I just use my bone folder for this and just break those fibres a little bit, just so it curls, but it just brings in a little bit of the blue as well, just as a little bit of alternative colour. So make that a bit rougher, curl it over. And we'll just do this one quickly. So as I say, there's some gorgeous sets in the new catalogue. There's a lovely one, gosh, I can't remember what it's called. It's off the top of my head, but with the father and son, the son is on the father's shoulders, etc. Just beautiful. It's quite nice sometimes to bring out the sets that you've used quite a bit originally, and then they're sort of sat there for a little while. You sort of think, oh, they've been a little bit forgotten, and let's bring it out and have another play. So I just thought this would be quite good to use. Okay, lots of mess. So we'll just glue that onto there. Oops. Might just put it off the centre just a little bit. There we go. And then I'll just pop that onto the card base. As I say, it doesn't take very long. Bit of glue. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my granddaughter outside. She's just about to turn 1. She's out there, she's talking to the sheep. The sheep are up the top there, and she loves saying "ba" when they're there. So cute. Okay, so the next thing we will do is I have used for this the silver foil. So just the full sheets of silver foil. So I've used a bit of that, and I've cut out with this gear die from the dies from the suite called the Garage Gear Thinlits. So I have used that and cut out from the silver the set, and that's going to be what we have underneath there, but we'll pop some ribbon underneath that first before we put it all together. And the next thing is I have used the black again to then emboss in the silver the Happy Father's Day and the car. So don't forget to use your embossing buddy. I find black is one of the worst ones actually, so I always like to give it a good scrub with this, just to make sure you don't get bits of glitter. Okay, so I'm using Versamark. Good ink up. And then I'm also doing the car. Just press down nice and firm. She likes to go down, and my granddaughter, she's her name's Amelia. She likes to go down and feed the chickens and the goats. She just loves the animals. But her favourite is the pussycats. She's always got extremely excited when she's seen the cats, right from when she was quite little. So, girl. And she's always kissing the dogs as well. But right, so this is the silver embossing powder. So I'm just going to blast that with the heat gun. And I am going to use the dies to cut those out. And they will, I'll just get rid of this before I nook it, which I'm bound to do. They come out like this, minus some tape if I can remove that. Right, so they come out like this. Okay, so the only other thing we need to add before we start putting it all together is the ribbon. So I've just popped a little bit of tape. Oh, you can probably hear the sheep now. Not quite sure how much the sound picks up, but I know the other day I was recording and I went to listen to it afterwards, and because I'm in the garage, I guess, and not that we have a tin roof, but gosh, the noise of the rain was so loud in the background. I hadn't noticed it at all while I was recording, but when I was listening back I thought, oh my gosh, you know, what a noise. So it does pick things up in the background. As long as you can hear me, that's the main thing. Okay, so I have now used the black satin ribbon. Oops, nice long length here. So I'll just get my other scissors, my scissors for the ribbon. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, not too much, but just enough to make it look shiny. So we'll start about here. There we go. I just find I like to add ribbon, but with masculine cards, obviously, you've got to keep it a bit more, not so frilly or bowy sort of thing. Knots are quite good as well. I just find these sort of background folds great for this sort of thing. So pop that up there. Whoop. Now I'm just going to get some glue dots on here actually. I find that quite good for sticking onto ribbon, etc. So glue dots are amazing. I really had to learn how to tame them though, because originally I'd start using them and I'd get them everywhere, like just about there, on my nails, on my fingers, everywhere but where I wanted them. Oops. Saw someone on a video using them so effectively, but they seem to get the better of me. You wouldn't want them any less sticky though, because that's the whole point, but oh, see what I mean? Now I've got them stuck on there. Fabulous. Where should I put this one? There. You can always go back and add some more later. Okay. Just follow that a little bit. Okay. So the one good thing, they are sticky and they do work, so worthwhile persevering. Now I've just used the dimensionals for the car and the I was going to say shield, but that's not the right word. The tag with the sentiment on it. I'll just pop that up there, and then we're just going to pop the car. As I say, it doesn't really take long to make, and men, you know, like straightforward, non-fussy cards, so perfect for that. I do though have to add just a little bit of bling, not much, just, you know, they are black. So I've used the Diamantes and I've used my dark basic black to just colour them up. Quick and easy, just to add that colour. I'll do that on that size, I think. Might even do a bigger one there. So, pop that one. So the odd number again in a semi-triangle. That's the front. And on the inside, I've got some Whisper White. And for this, I am stamping the big oil slick in black, and also I will do that on the envelope. Isn't this great? I just love this oil slick. It's fantastic. Look at that, amazing. Okay, so I'll just add a bit of glue to that. There we go. And one Happy Father's Day card. So it doesn't take long. You can use the green, you can use the blue on this paper. Yeah, very quick and easy. So I really do hope that it's given you some ideas and that you enjoyed. Please leave any comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll chat to you again next week. Cheers.